Sunset falling on the news so slow, where the train went home and the stories flow. From Tryon Palace to the streets we roam. Yeah, this place ain't just a town, it's home. Yeah. This is a golden hour, where the light hits right, where new burn shines in that coastal light. Every voice, every story, every dream out loud. Yeah, we're lifting up this city proud. This is a golden hour. Well, it ain't golden. Yeah. Sunset falling on the news so slow, where the tram winds home and the stories flow. From Tryon Palace to the streets we roam. Yeah, this place ain't just a town, it's home. Yeah, this is a golden hour. Who I am, who I am, who I am. This is the golden hour. Yeah.
Happy Wednesday, everybody. I hope you're doing good. Welcome to the Golden Hour. We missed last week just for multiple reasons. And to be quite honest, it was nice to have a little break. But I'm super excited for our guests today. But as usual, I'm going to show you guys a few properties real quick before we get talking to our guests. The first one I mentioned on our last show, and then I also mentioned that I completely forgot to put together a graphic for you. So I actually remembered this week, so you're welcome. But the first one is 109 Colonel Burgwin Drive. Y'all, this property is stunning. It is a townhouse located in the community of Taberna. It is priced well at $449. It maintains everything for you. It's like, you want to talk about easy living, they power wash it, they mow your lawn, you name it. But it looks so beautiful and quaint from the exterior. But you walk in and it is a big, like a good size home. It is 2,200 square feet, 3 bedrooms, 2.5 baths. It has an open concept kitchen, living, dining area with an extra space that you could use as a den or an office or whatever you want. But then upstairs also has a loft. So if you have grandchildren or children or people coming to visit, they can have a little area there. The next one is 409 Neuchatel, 3 bedrooms, 2 baths, another one located in Taberna. Also another easy living situation. They maintain your yard. They put pine straw. They blow off the sidewalks. All of it except for 1 bedroom is on 1 floor. So it's got a beautiful sunroom in the back, a patio with shade trees, and it's just stunning. So without further ado, I'm going to introduce you guys to somebody who actually was one of the first people that I have ever met in Carteret County when I moved here in 2004. So we go way back, and it kind of cracks me up. But I'd love to introduce you to Mr. Frank Eastman. Hey, Frank.
Hey, how are you doing today?
I'm good. How
I
are you?
appreciate you having me on. Yeah, it's been a
Abs-
while. I'm glad that we could get hooked up here. And you said Neuchâtel. Is that the
Nush.
name of that?
It is. Yes.
Neuchâtel? Can you
Neuchatel.
spell it?
N
Can
E
you spell it?
U N E U C H A T E L.
You're not from the back roads of Harker's Island then.
I know. I was homeschooled. I always say that.
Well, I was wondering if you could spell it or not. So I tried to, and I'm no good at it. So
Well, it's
anyway,
very interesting when
interesting.
people call. They're like, "I'm calling on Nujatel." Like, I'm like, let me help you. Okay. I got you. I got your back. I'll take care of this." So, but no, it's definitely a weird. Like, there's quite a few streets around here where I will kind of mumble because I'm not quite sure the proper way to pronounce certain areas.
Well, had this product, and then one of our, of course, I'm in the foreign business, and we'll get at all that. I'm sorry, we're all
No,
off topic here, but it's all right.
great.
So the sales rep came in and said, "Listen, you're not selling any of our flooring." And I said, "All right." And I said, "He goes, why?" I said, "Well, two reasons. I can't spell it, and the other thing, I can't say it." So,
How am I supposed to sell that?
so,
What
so
was
we
it?
just leave that one on the shelf. So if you get something we can all spell and say, then we're all about it. So,
Well, what now
so
I gotta know what is the name of the that product that you couldn't say. Can you say it now?
can't even say it now. You know what? I can't. Yeah, they were all French names. You know what I'm saying?
That's so good. That is so funny to me. So like I mentioned before, when I first moved to Carteret County in 2004, I worked for a TV station and we did a lot of y'all's advertising. So that's actually how I met a lot of people from the get go, was just going around and trying my best to build relationships with individuals as I was working. Because how do you meet people? And I was 18 at the time, so it was really awkward for me. Um, but tell us a little bit about you, Frank. What company are you with? Tell us a little bit of the history of Eastman's
Sure.
Carpet,
Yeah.
please.
So I am second generation of flooring. My father started the business, and we're Eastman Carpets and Flooring. We're out of Morehead City, and we've been here 57 years since 1969.
That's amazing.
Yeah, so we have a long, long history of Carteret County is something that's always been our family has always worked for themselves. A little bit more history about that is my grandfather had a furniture store on Front Street in Beaufort in the 40s, and so we've always have kind of worked for ourselves. So we had a furniture store, and not much flooring was installed in the 40s, mostly hardwood.
Mm-hmm.
So my father learned the carpet trade from a man, and they used to sew the seams and everything. And so my dad was working for the state of North Carolina and was installing carpet at night and worked for the state. So he was kind of installing for everybody because not much carpet was around in
Mm-hmm.
the area. So he was installing for everybody. And his business just took off in 1969. He decided, hey, I needed to make the leap and open up a flooring company. And that's what he did. And of course, carpet took off because carpet was selling now because it was everybody's hardwood, and now it was carpet in the 60s and 70s and 80s, and now it's kind of reversed back around. So you sell a lot more hard surface. But anyway, that's a quick story about Eastman Carpets. Like I said, we've been around for a long time,
Yeah.
and just great to be here. Everything seems to be well in Carteret County. We do reach out to other counties. We do install a lot of in Craven County, and then we do Jacksonville or Onslow County and Pamlico. So we kind of work within it with an hour and a half around. Heck, time you leave here and go to Cedar Island, it's an hour away.
Right. That is the truth.
So
Well, you were Eastman's carpet forever, but I see now your carpets and flooring, because that was going to be one of my questions to you right off the bat. So, you do more than carpet, obviously. What else do you do?
Yeah, so we do a lot of things. So our the market has changed since then. We still do a lot of carpet, don't get me wrong, but we do hardwood, we do LVP, we do uh, lots of different floorings in terms of commercially and residential. But the main thing we do is a lot of rugs. So we decided my father wanted Eastman carpets, and we just decided that everybody just thought we did carpet,
Mm-hmm.
and the markets changed. So we added Eastman carpets and flooring.
Mm-hmm.
So we did do a lot more than flooring. I would say uh 80% of our businesses now is probably hard surface and 20% is now carpet. I mean, just
Okay.
because the roles and such reversed, everybody wants
Mm-hmm.
hard surface. But rugs are one of our certainly big market for us right now, that we sell a tremendous amount of rugs, and we custom make them, and we stock rugs. We have five, six area rug racks. We keep over 350 rugs in stock at all times. So um, that's one of the main things I'm going to here to talk about is rugs.
Mm-hmm. I really find that very interesting. First off, I'm gonna get you to sit up a little bit to your left, maybe. There you go.
Okay.
You keep like
All right.
I'm only getting half
I'm
your
just
face.
relaxed,
So there you
just
go.
chilling out.
Hey, you can still relax. I'm good with that for sure. But I also feel bad if I'm like, oh, by the way, we can only see half your face the whole time. You probably get mad at me later now. No, I really find that interesting because I don't know. I don't think people realize decoratively even what a rug can do to a room. And I honestly, until you messaged me and we were chatting about it, I didn't even know you guys did that. So Aaron is a huge area rug guy to the point where I'm like, the floors are fine, babe. Like, it's good. Just leave it. And he's like, we need a rug, dude. Like, this is not. And then he puts one down. I'm like, oh, wow, you're right. That really looks really good. So tell me when people hear custom area rug, what does that actually mean?
Well, let's talk about two different things.
Yeah.
First, there are what we carry in stock. And in
Mm-hmm.
stock are just standard area rugs. We have vendors that we go to the High Point Furniture Market because our vendors show there. We go there twice a year and looking at new colors, new trends, and new styles. Right now, sage green is really hot right now. So if those ladies out there that are listening, sage green is a color that
Mm-hmm.
we're seeing a big trend towards. Real neutral palette still. We are seeing a little bit of more oranges and area rugs, but maybe that sage green is starting to come back in. We are still seeing some navy blues being used, no grays at all. Grays
Mm-hmm.
are so dead right now, and they
So
really are dating home right now.
yeah.
So if you got gray in the house, it's time to change that area rug.
Mm-hmm.
The other thing is so they're standard size rugs. So and typically those rugs are 5 by 8, 8 by 10, 9 by 12, and runners 2 by 8s. And those are typical standard size rugs, which 85% of the people can use. But then there's that place that you need a custom rug. And that where a rug where an 8 by 10 or 8 by 11 won't fit. And that's where we come into play. We can take a rug or a carpet or remnant or anything, and we can make it 8 foot 8 by 9 foot 2 to fit your space. And we did one yesterday that we had to cut out an angle around a wall for a customer because their bed was shaped a little differently. So those are the things that we can do to help uh, in those odd spaces.
Mm-hmm.
If you want to rug, let's say you're in your office and your office has clipped corners and it, um, so we can clip the corners of the rug to make it look like the room. So those are all different things that we can do. The beauty of it too that we do here is we do binding and surging. And you're like, what in the world is the difference between what is that? So surging is what the real craze is. And I'll hold this up.
Yeah.
Surging is a wrap. Can you see that? It's
Yeah.
wrapped.
I
Uh,
can.
and it makes it look more like a real area rug.
Mm-hmm.
We're the only ones doing this in our area from, I would say, Raleigh east this way. We're the only ones that really has the equipment to do this.
Okay.
We made the investment a year and a half ago to do that,
Mm-hmm.
and so it really makes a rug look like a rug.
Mm-hmm.
Binding, and I'll show you binding. is just a standard, just you see a lot of that, and it just doesn't look like a rug. It just looks like a piece of carpet sometimes is just thrown in a room.
Okay.
So serging is something that's real hot right now. All the decorators and that we work with, and people are asking about, is something that we really like to do a lot of. Um, and so talking about that, this right here, this is one of our number one seller right here,
Mm-hmm.
and we have
I got two different colors.
surged. Yeah, because that makes a rug. That's what I want to
Yeah.
say. That looks different than
Mm-hmm.
what this looks like, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So, and then you can even, so these are the top colors for this rug. We sell so much of this particular one, we have to keep it in stock. So there's a navy on it. So you
Mm-hmm.
can do a different, there's one with
I,
the,
I love that.
so, so just changing the binding can change the room.
What is that
So
called? The material that the rug's made out of there.
yeah, that's great. So it's got kind of a sisal look, but
Mm-hmm.
it's an indoor outdoor. It's not true sisal. It's indoor outdoor.
Ah.
So now we're making rugs out of these indoor outdoor that look like sisal, but
Mm-hmm.
they're not. They're half the cost. They
Mm-hmm.
hold up a lot better. Sisal, true sisal
Rough.
stains extremely bad. It's
Yep.
rough and ugh, yeah, and so it doesn't do very well. But these rugs right here, we put a lot of those on steps, and that's the other thing we can talk about too is steps.
Mm-hmm.
But what I want to mention too, in your thoughts, is when you're selling real estate and you go into someone's house and you're thinking, a rug, hey, a rug can change a house from making it sell and not sell too.
Mm-hmm.
What's your thoughts about that? I mean, you're in a lot of
Yeah.
houses.
So I will say I do not advise getting a rug to cover up anything wrong. Because I've seen
That
that
never
too.
happens, right? That never happens, right?
Never, never. That would never be my suggestion. But yeah, we kind of had a discussion ahead when we were waiting for the time to go live that just dated wise, how it can instantly update a room when you do add a rug to it. And like even in my house, you guys came and did a runner on my stairs, like we were just talking about. Very similar to that, but we ended up doing carpet because I'm cheap. Hindsight, I wish I did not. So you're probably coming back soon.
Well, it's
Four
not like you
kids.
got a herd of elephants that run around there either
I
way.
mean, four kids, two dogs, and a partridge in a pear tree. It's fine.
Yeah.
But no, it has actually held up tremendously. It's been almost 4 years since we've actually done that. So it's actually done very well, but it changed everything about our foyer, our front door. When we just added that little piece, it went from being 1978 to 2023 at the time. Like it was unbelievable. So yeah, it definitely is worth that investment to add something like that if you're trying to sell a house. And that is something that if it was even not necessarily custom, but an 8x10 that you could just take from here to there, you can even keep it and update your next house that you're
Sure.
getting,
Yeah.
which is awesome. um yeah. So, what would you say, custom wise, has been your most unique one that you've done so far?
Well, and so yes, so shapes. So what we have to do a lot of times, there's several that come to my mind, but most of the time that comes to my mind, we take a lot of rugs that we will order a piece of carpet,
Mm-hmm.
and then we have to literally take it to their house,
Mm-hmm.
and then they want 6 or 8 inches, and they want the fireplace cut out, and they want it 4 inches off the wall, and we can do that, and we do that, and so we'll clip the corners, we'll make angles. Let's say if you get their fireplaces at an angle and they want the rug to go along with that angle, we do that, and those are some of the rugs that they're fun to do.
Mm-hmm.
So the installer, we order a piece of carpet for them that we decide that we like, um, or they can find a remnant, which we'll talk about that in a little bit,
Mm-hmm.
that we have here. And then my installers will go to their home, sit with them and cut it out. And the installers like to do that. I mean, there's something different besides the old mundane of installing LVP every day. They like doing something different. And then they'll bring it back, and then we'll serge it, Sometimes we'll put area rug pad underneath of it and send it back there. So the installers has to kind of come and go in your house,
Hmm.
but we can do a custom rug just like that all day long. Not a problem.
So I feel like when people hear custom, they instantly like, I can't afford that. Is it more affordable than people really would can actually think?
Absolutely. So, average 8 by 10 area rug is a between 650 to $1,000.
Hmm.
Is a good machine made area rug that you're going to typically find a decent quality rug.
Hmm.
Today's market, there are several rugs that you can find, 80, 90. Those are just rugs that are just, you might get a year out of them or whatever. But if you're going to get a decent quality rug that's going to last for a while, you're going to be in that kind of a range for an 8 by 10.
Hmm.
Okay. We're making a rug right now. Ladies bought a remnant. It's going to be an 8 by 11. I'm surging it. It's $475.
Oh, geez.
So
Yeah.
you can find remnants in a deal. So most of those custom rugs run in that range. It's not like it's overly expensive to do them. It's
Hmm.
just you hear the word custom and you think, oh gosh, oh boy, here we go.
Yeah.
And it's not. It really isn't that much more. It's
Oh.
just a little bit more time consuming just on us because we just have to. You just got to bear with us. We're going to be
Hmm.
coming and going out of your house a lot.
But that's what we
Um,
want. If you're like actually going to build something to suit, we want it right the first time. Like if you don't come in and out and measure, what is it? Measure twice, cut once, make sure that it's actually going to work, then they're not going to be happy customers. So that's the goal.
yeah, that's correct. So custom rug doesn't mean customly expensive. It just means it's a custom rug and it's your rug. I mean, and it's to your liking. The other thing that love about area rugs, it defines an area. What I personally don't like is using the same rug throughout the house.
Hmm.
And I think that's something that people have to, and we don't see a lot of people using the same rugs. A lot of people ask us, that's a great question. Hey, should we use this rug? No, an area rug defines an area,
Hmm.
and it's just like painting a bedroom in uh, uh, agreeable gray or accessible beige, which everybody's using, by the way, still. Um,
Accessible
and
way.
you
I
hearing that
personally am a
color
white
too?
person these days. So.
I understand, but we're seeing those two colors, and sea salt was the color years
Hmm.
ago. So,
It's still
what we're
out
seeing
there.
sea salt is, and it's
Hmm.
a great color. It kind of looks different on the different ones, but like I'm saying, you can put your child's room in accessible beige or sea salt or whatever, and then you can do a nice blue rug in there. You know what
Hmm.
I'm saying? So
Yeah.
a rug defines an area. So that's what you got to realize.
Yeah, I love that. I really hate like when, okay, so I remember going to Walmart and then getting a 3-pack of the same. Like, here's the one for your front door, here's the runner, and then there's your living room, and it was all the same. And I was like, I'm not
Yeah.
like, why would I do? I can't
Yeah.
stand it. So what are the areas that you're having right now that are the most popular for these rugs? Is it just the living room, or like which area has been most popular?
So it starts in the living room.
Hmm.
People are still using carpet in the bedrooms. So much hard surface, hardwood, and we install a lot of hardwood.
Hmm.
It's still popular, and hardwood is mainly in the living areas, and so people are needing rugs in there. And then the master bedroom is a lot of people have pets now. I mean, pets, pets, pets. That's the biggest push that we see in our industry. That all these pet perfects and pet this and pet this, and
Hmm.
because in the average household, about 85% of the people own a pet now.
Yeah.
And so a lot of the pets stay in the master bedroom. So a lot of people have been putting hard surfaces in master bedrooms.
Hmm.
Still seeing a lot of carpet on steps and upstairs that you typically see in houses that you typically go in.
Hmm.
So the master bedroom's typically downstairs, and everybody wants the flooring to be on the same height.
Hmm.
And so we're seeing a lot of hardwoods and LVPs and hard surface used on the first floor. Second floor is typically carpet. So rugs will be typically used starting with the living room.
Mhm.
A good sized living room is going to be an 8 by 10 or a 9 by 12 all day long. That's the average size that you're always going to use.
Mhm.
The next size would be a 10 by 14. And then I'm talking a lot of sizes, and people are like, oh,
That's
he's
big.
throwing a lot of numbers. Yeah. So an 8 by 10, typical, uh, what you're going to see. It's going to go in front of your couch. It's going to not go typically under the couch,
Mhm.
and typically you're going to have a side chair or some sort of two side chairs or something, and it just kind of goes in the middle if you kind of
Mhm.
visualizing that. A 9 by 12, which is the next size up. Now you're talking, you're going to put half of it probably underneath the couch, and then those are going to sit. That's going to sit on the chairs.
Mhm.
So it's going to be taking up a little bit more space. That 9 by 12 or 10 by 14, whatever size you would like, those are just standard size rugs. Those are typically something when you have a large living room to put those in. 8 by 10, it's probably the number one selling rug, and that's what we stock here at
Mhm.
Eastman's is all 8 by 10s. We don't carry anything else but that. So we special order 9 by 12s, and I think we might 9 by 12s. 5% of our business might be 8%, might be 9 by 12. So most of the thing 8 by 10s.
Mhm. So, what would you say the biggest mistake people tend to make when they purchase their area rugs?
Well, they don't go big enough.
Mm.
I think that's sometimes everybody wants to use a 5 by 7 in a living room. They just put it over on the coffee table, and it's
Yeah.
just too small.
Mhm.
And then they'll buy something with a medallion in it, and then so go big or go home. You know what I'm saying? So go on and express yourself with a bigger rug, and try to. This is the biggest thing. Everybody wants first when they come in here, they want a solid rug,
Mhm.
and don't do go for it. Go for some
Fun.
pop some color. Yeah, absolutely. That's I mean, you don't have to have just a neutral rug. Like I said, our number one seller, if you look at that, it is a neutral palette, but you've got some navies and blues in
Mhm.
there. So this is something that is a Sisal look, but
Mhm.
it's just pops in a little bit of color.
Mhm.
And I think that's where people make a mistake. They want to go so neutral, and then it just looks like a postage stamp on the floor and doesn't look very well.
It just
So
like you took a
um,
piece of carpet and threw it down.
yeah, yeah, yeah. That's when you go to Walmart and get you those 3 pack. You know what I'm saying? We're talking about.
Exactly. Well, what is the general rule of thumb? So, how would somebody be able to know if their rug is too small for that area?
And that's so there's a couple of things. So one, we have a big poster here that helps show different sizes of rugs and where they typically go.
Mhm.
So we're going to advise the customer what they need. And
Mhm.
that and we show them the posters. We've got them up hanging around our area rugs that help show a couch with 2 chairs and everything. So that's one thing. So advising people the right direction. The other thing is, um, you know, everybody used to use 5 by 7s. Five by
Mhm.
sevens was a very popular size. That we don't even sell maybe 3 of those a year now. Everybody has gone to a bigger rug because houses are bigger now.
Oh.
And it seems like the master bedrooms are getting smaller now. And
Mhm.
I, and that what you're seeing in your trend now? I mean, most of the
I
master
am.
bedrooms are
I
small.
think people are just realizing that less is more. We went through this whole period of like more home, more home, more home. And now I'm seeing even big families being like, we're not even together anymore. I don't see my kids. They're in this side of the house and I'm on this. So I do think they're starting to downsize a lot for maintenance. They're realizing, I can't keep up with this. And then just for coziness. Like cozy is what's coming back, is what I'm saying. It went clean, grays, everything, like nothing on the countertops. Now I'm seeing more the warm tones coming back, the more decorative uh, rugs and whatnot. And people just want to feel home, like cozy
Yeah.
and home, not clean and cold.
And you bring up a good example because I measured a couple of houses, brand new construction yesterday, and it sits in my mind because both of the master bedrooms, one was a 13 by 14.
Mm-hmm.
Very, I mean, it was a nice size house, but the
Mm-hmm.
master bedroom, now their master closet
I was
with
just
all
to
them
say.
shoes. Those shoes had to go somewhere.
Yeah.
You know,
Yep.
uh, his closet was like this, and of course, and her closet was huge.
We just got to
But
do it.
everybody's yeah. Well, everybody, and the other room was a 14 by 15. So, an 8 by 10 area rug would definitely going to go fit underneath that bed. They're going to put a queen or king size bed in there. And so an 8 by 10 is going to go in there. And that's what we'd advise them. But long story short, you bring up a great point, and what we have learned in our showroom, especially over the last 2.5, 3 years, that we have taken 30% of the flooring that we used to sell and we've thrown it out. People do not want a lot of decisions now.
Mm,
They want to come into the store and they want to look at flooring or an area rugs, and they just don't want to be overwhelmed. I mean,
mm,
I think that that's the key to servicing people now, is that, like I'm saying, they just want four, five, six to look at, and then they want to make a decision from that. And it's been really great for us because it's helped people expedite a lot quicker to make decisions.
mm,
Um, and with the internet now, everybody is doing research before an HGTV and all
mm,
that, comes in point. So a lot of people have a lot of ideas of what they're doing now with Pinterest and everything. So it's really been helpful just to eliminate a lot of clutter and
mhm.
open up our store. I mean, we got 12,000 square feet here. We got a big store.
Yeah.
And so we've really, eliminated like at least 30% of what we used to sell.
That is crazy, but I agree. I think they're overwhelmed with so much information as it is. When it comes down to it and time to do it, like we're gonna go get this flooring now. They don't want to be inundated with tons and tons of like me. I shut down. I'm like I thought I knew what I wanted, and now there's too much, and I can't think about it. So I think
Well,
you're
let me ask you one question. Where do you think AI is going to play in real estate?
right.
And
So that's a loaded
we all
question.
hate that word, or do we not hate the word? I mean,
It's one of those things that, at first when they it first started coming out, people were like pushing, pushing, pushing. It was like, wow, all real estate agents, especially that we're getting pushed out. That's going to push us out, whatever. Well, now it's very evident who is just copying and pasting AI and who's not. It's so recognizable that people are turned off so quick. I think it's an amazing tool. I think that if you know how to utilize it and know how to get it to help you with maybe it's a listing description, maybe it's this or that, whatever, that it can help. But it is one of those things that like if you make it take all of your stuff, then it will push you out if you let it. But if you learn from it, then you're going to grow with it. And that's what I have seen more than anything. So, my particular company, I work with Keller Williams. They have amazing trainings with it that have helped me take it by the reins and go with it and be able to utilize it versus just letting it do the job for me. So I think we're
Right.
going to see a lot of agents who get pushed out because of it. And then I think we're going to see a lot of agents who utilize it and then their business takes off. So it all depends on how
Well,
you do
well, speaking of agents,
it.
I used to know every agent in Carteret County. It's amazing how many agents there are now in Carteret County, and I assume that a lot of them are producing, like, I would say the 80-20 rule, right? Is that you probably have 80% of the sales come from 20% of the real estate agents. And
Mhm.
are you seeing that in Craven County too? I guess you would see it everywhere.
Yeah, for the most part. I mean, it's one of those we see a lot pop. We've seen a lot pop up in the last 6 years when real estate just took off and boomed and went crazy. People were like, "Ooh, easy sales, let's do it." And we had many, many, many new agents come into the picture. Many of them have now disappeared because it is no longer an easy market to sell a house. You have to have strategy, you have to have correct pricing, you have to have somebody who's actually working on your behalf and not just putting it on there and sitting and waiting. So yeah, I would say it's been in the last 2 years a lot more difficult for real estate agents, and many have turned in their licenses, many have shut down, and many are just like holding on as tight as they can and only being able to sell a couple houses. I had one of the hardest springs this last year that I have had in a decade. I looked at Aaron at one point. I was like, "Guess I'm gonna go to Walmart. Like I'm just gonna be a greeter. I don't know. Apparently, I don't know what I'm doing." But it can get really discouraging really quick. I've been doing it 15 years now, and
Right.
still, you just having to change and adapt, figure out what's working, figure out what's not. Um, but I mean, a lot of them are still like I have some that are such good agents and good friends of mine. They're like, "I've sold two this year," and I'm like,
Yeah.
"What?" So yeah, it's probably accurate. I mean, it's picked up, thank the good Lord, because it. And I know, like you know many agents too, and have close relationships with many, and it's a tough thing right now, but it's moving and it's going well, for the ones who are putting in the work, and that's really where the key is.
Yeah.
Are you doing the things you know you have to do to make it happen? I wasn't, like, to be quite honest, and I had to. And it turned around then when I finally started doing what I knew I was supposed to do.
Well, and that makes me realize one thing that I don't really know all the history, and because I'm not in the real estate
Mhm.
market in per se, but a couple of years, 3 years ago, maybe longer ago, it seems like Carteret County and maybe Craven County too, let people from where we say off from Raleigh come sell in this market.
Mm,
And so I get calls all the time that people don't even know the area, but
mhm,
hey, they want to sell such and such, just somebody's house. They want to come down and they want a little bit of flooring or a carpet. And it
mhm.
seems like to me that was a bad mistake. Whoever made the idea of letting people from
But
from
yeah,
out. What's your thoughts about that? I mean, yeah, you
so
yeah, I know you got to
legally,
bite your tongue a little bit, but
no, you're in the state of North Carolina. Legally, you can sell anywhere in the state, period. So, like, I could go to Asheville and sell a house and legally be totally within my rights to do that. Um, Do I feel like I would do a disservice to a client that I'm representing in Asheville? Absolutely, because I know nothing about that market. Yeah, a few years ago, like you said, we joined an MLS together, and so basically, I can see all the houses from Raleigh East, except for the Outer Banks. The Outer Banks isn't part of that hive, which stinks because every time I go to Ocracoke, I want to see what these houses look like, and I got to go on Zillow and not on my MLS. And I'm like,
right,
dang, they put like that line right there. Dare County isn't in there. Um, but I mean, it's great as far as connection wise. So, like, for example, if I have a client who's going to go to Raleigh, which I have, um, I just am not comfortable going to Raleigh to sell a house only because I don't know that market. I feel like I'm doing a disservice to my client. So I will happily do the research and find you a phenomenal agent in Raleigh who will help you. And in turn, I do get a referral fee, which is great. Like I still get paid a little bit, and then in turn, you didn't have to go through the heartache of one agent after another and finding a good one or a bad one, or and but yeah, it's one of those things. Like, it's a great thing because we can see what's going on in the markets. I can tell what's going on in Raleigh. I can look up stuff for my friends here or there, but actually representing them, I am just not comfortable doing it. So there's people, they come in and they do it, and I have some really close friends who have had to help educate them in the process on what coastal sales look like versus inland sales. Um, I do think it's just coming from that struggle that everybody in this market is feeling and needing a sale. Like,
right.
I need to make some money. And so then they come and then I'm like, huh, but you don't know what you do.
Well,
God bless.
yeah. Well, what
Here.
and it's disheartening because it seems like every real estate agent that are locally here that we talk to, they're the same feelings as you. They don't want to sell there,
Hmm.
but my God, people from Raleigh, they'll come down here to sell. I guess as they want to come to the beach for the day or something, or you know,
I know it's tough.
which
I
is a
see them
great.
come. I've had been down east with my family and see agents from Wilmington and Otway. And I'm like, well, that's interesting. How did you get from Wilmington to Otwick? How did you get that relationship? Because my business is all relationships. And
Sure.
so, somebody knows me and they use me or whatever else. And so then they refer me. And that's the biggest compliment I could ever get is a referral from somebody. So that's the majority of my business is that referral business from past clients or family and friends and whatever else. So maybe that is these people who are coming around have that relationship. So, and it's got to be, in my opinion, that way. But I do know like the really great agents who I have in Raleigh, they send their referrals to me when it's this way. It's the same way. Like finding those connections, I feel like does the client a better service than me traveling 2.5 hours somewhere, 3 hours finding a property and being like, okay, yeah, I can pull the comps, but and truly like not knowing, is this the area that you're going to love? I know what you want. Does this place provide it? I don't know.
Yeah.
I couldn't tell
Yeah,
you.
because I agree, we see that all the time. So, it's disheartening, but it's okay. I mean, whoever made that up made it up, and we just live by it. It just seems
Can't really
it
help.
seems like it doesn't seem fair sometimes, but it's okay. We
Life
live
isn't
in a
fair,
market. There
I
you
did
go.
get a question for you online though. Back to our
Okay.
AI conversation. I'm going to put it up here for us, but what about how do you feel about take a picture to AI and say, recommend a rug for me?
Okay. So that's the thing. To answer that, so our website has a chat bot in it,
Okay.
and it is all done by AI. So we named the chat box Flora. So when you go there, if you've got a question, you can ask Flora,
That's
and
amazing.
Flora will recommend different. It's all AI. It's
Hmm.
all recommend. And I get an update weekly of who goes on there and looks at it. So AI, and from our standpoint, it has been very helpful that people say, "Hey, what matches? I've got this beige color, hard surface, and what kind of rugs would you recommend?" So, and it'll our chat box, Flora, will help you do some of that. We're working on that weekly to get updates. So AI is only as good as information that your suppliers are supplying. So
Hmm.
we're working with our suppliers every week. We've got next week we've got to address the area rugs because it's recommending the kind of the same styles every time, and
Hmm.
so we need to kind of recommend. They need to update that a little bit.
Hmm.
But the other thing is about area rugs, and a lot of people, it is so enhanced online
Hmm.
that those rugs do not look like
Hmm.
those rugs once you get them in.
Hmm.
That's the biggest problem that I see, with enhancements and everything that we're able to do with phones and so that is a major problem because we hear the horror stories about people. I bought this on www whatever, this rug, and came in and it looks totally different. Well, they're so enhanced
Right.
that it doesn't look like it is. So that's the reason we recommend touching, feeling, coming, looking, and you would and we our policy is 3 rugs for 3 days. We let you take 3 rugs home for 3 days,
Oh wow.
and let you try them out, because you need to see them in your house.
Mhm.
Now, we don't want you to go have a party on top of it, uh,
Dang.
and then bring it back to me on Monday and say,
Bring
"Hey, I
my
didn't like
friends
the
over
rug."
each night to see which one was the best.
Right. Uh, I have a story about that. And when my dad was living, we just got in the area rug business, and he went to this lady came and bought, and we used to carry some nicer rugs, and she took it home, and he got invited to her party, and he went to the party, and everything was the rug was laid out in the party, and then on Monday she brought it back. She says, "Well, I don't think it went really well." So dad was like, "You got to be." My father was like, "You got to be kidding me!
I
Here
was
it's
there. I
30
know what
people in
happened.
your house, and you had a party on this rug, and now you just needed the rug to freshen up." So I guess you thought he
Uh,
was on the rental program. I guess, you know what I'm
that's
saying. So.
hilarious.
Uh, but AI is going to play a big role in ours. I think, and we're getting a little off subject here, but it's okay. I think that samples are going to be obsolete within 5 to 8 years. So when you
Mhm.
come to my store, really think that we're going to have booths,
Mm.
and you walk in this booth and you're in and you upload some photos of your
Mhm.
current living room,
Mhm.
which we can do that right now too. That's the other thing. But you walk in this booth and AI is going to recommend 5 different floorings, and you're standing in the booth and you push, like, I like flooring A, and it's going
Mhm.
to put it on the floor, and you're standing in the booth and you're going to see that flooring down in your room, and you're standing in that room. I really think that's the way we're coming.
I think it'll be
I would
I
It's
love
going to be
it.
amazing. And I think that's what uh I'm 57 years old. And when I went to college, we didn't have to type our papers until my sophomore years. We are still handwriting papers my freshman year. So I was on the back end of what computers are.
Mhm.
My son now, he can fly through computers. But that's one thing I have been able to do at my age is be open minded.
Mhm.
And I know, and I embrace AI. I think it's going to be a good tool for our industry.
Mhm.
I think it's going to be something that's we can utilize. And right now we have a big kiosk. It's 54 inches. It's basically like a big iPad,
Mhm.
and we encourage people to take pictures of their homes, and we take that picture and put it on this 54-inch screen,
Mhm.
and we can change all the flooring, we can reverse it. So that's really been helpful, a big selling point, and it's all done and generated by AI. So AI is here to stay. You just got to learn how to embrace it.
Yeah.
But I tell you what AI has done for me, has gotten me in trouble too. Um,
I believe that
Not
too.
everything on AI is true. Okay.
No, it's
So,
not.
so we had to trim some doors. So they put a hard surface in, and the one of my installers trimmed the door. And
Mhm.
when he did, he trimmed it just a little bit high. I,
Mhm.
I would say just a little bit high. Well, the homeowner, I don't say it was a lady, the homeowner went and said, "Well, I think that's cut way too high." And I said, "Well, it's in industry standards, you know." And she said, "Well, AI says that it
Oh.
should be 1/4 an inch off the floor per, so I'm like, there's some things you just can't, AI is good for some things, but it's not for
Every
everything. That's what I'm trying to
yeah.
gain.
Yeah. Well, like I said, if you utilize it as a tool, it's great. If you just use it as your only tool and your only source of information, you're gonna get in a pickle. Um, I do
The
have
other thing
somebody else asked
have
you a
you noticed
question.
on Facebook, everybody's using AI in terms of their ads now,
I
and they
can't do it.
all look the same.
They
They
all
all look the same with a
A friend of mine just posted the other day. She was like, Canva has stuff. Somebody else, like, she did this whole thing. She's like, I can't anymore. And I was like, it is true. But that's why honestly, it encouraged me a little bit because I have somebody who designs my signs, for example, and her job is to design things. And I have people who are going into marketing. I'm like, is this going to push them out? And the more that I see of them developing things and they're all identical and they're all the same, and you can tell, okay, well, that's AI. And I think people are getting so tired of it that they're not even noticing that, like, they won't even read your advertisement because they're done. They don't even.
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, well, I'll just continue designing my things and using the resources that I have because nobody wants, I mean, I'd say nobody, but the majority are looking at it and being like, well, I know who did yours, chat.
Yeah.
I see it.
Well, I got a great marketing idea, and it came to me again. My mind kind of is different sometimes, all the time, but I like marketing, and so I came up with the idea: who is my customer? My
Mm-hmm.
customer is a person that comes from Raleigh, mainly from Raleigh or Wake County, Wilson, Greenville. The out of town, they come to have second homes. Well, all those people that have second homes have what? Boats.
Mm-hmm.
And then, so they're out at the Cape Lookout, they're out at Shackford, so last weekend we made this great big sign. It says Eastman carpets, tons of area rugs, and my son and a friend of his, we put on his boat. I said, all I want you to do is ride up Bogue Sound and Shackleford and Cape Lookout, and just go as slow as you can and let people see the sign.
Yeah,
it was unbelievable the press that we got off of that. We've
I
had
bet.
over 500 or 600 views on, just, and people have been texting me and emailing and said, I really like your idea. And
Love it.
so how do we get into the Emerald Isle market? That's how we're going to go down that way on our boats
Yeah,
and try to do so. You got to think outside the box of how to do
mhm,
marketing now,
yeah.
and grow your business.
Well, look, I'll give you a real estate sign too, and you guys can do that. I'm just kidding. Um, it's kind of like in South Florida where I grew up, and it's all the planes. So like all the planes would have the banner. So you're doing it on a boat instead. I
Yeah.
love it.
Well, I told them, I said, hey, just go have fun, go get some sun. If I said, if y'all need to
Yeah,
go clamming for a little bit, just leave the boat out or whatever and leave the
love
sign
that.
up. But
I love
they
that.
had a great time doing it, and everybody was waving at them, and it was just, it's a different marketing,
Yeah,
you had a captive audience there because they're anchored up on their boats and they're not, and
having a
they
good
are
time.
our customers and they're your customers too,
Yeah,
so
I love that so
you
much.
got to.
Well, I do have somebody who has got a question for you. And she's renovating a house right now. But Miss Susan wants to know. She said, please speak to the benefits of wool rugs versus man-made materials.
Well, 5 years ago, wool, 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 wool. Today's technology, man-made rugs. We do not sell any New Zealand. I have 5 wool rugs here.
Mm-hmm.
The market has changed so much over the last 8 to 10 years that no one wants wool rugs much anymore. Those rugs that your mother bought that handed you down that last forever, and the care stands,
Mm-hmm.
those rugs are not being sold much anymore. Matter of fact, everybody, it's a price point now that everybody, they want them to last. We are a society of change and go, throw away. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, we're just
Just go through it.
exactly. It's just like your husband saying, "Oh, we need another area rug." You know what I'm saying? So he just goes gets another
But
area.
we buy $100 rug. Like we have not invested. We have dogs and kids right now. That's not
Right.
one day we're gonna invest in great ones right now. It's not the time.
Well, the $2,500, 3,000, $3,500 wool rugs
Mhm.
that she's talking about, they're out there. Don't get me wrong, but it's not the market that everybody wants. The
Mhm.
other thing is technology of man-made rugs or synthetic rugs, polyesters, nylons. The technology is the same technology they were putting in the carpet. They've just moved it, wool was the best fiber by far, but the technology of nylons and polyesters now really, really have caught up and sometimes surpass wool in certain circumstances. So, to answer her question, a synthetic rug or a man-made rug, that she said, would be a great decision. And that rug is 300 to 500 to $600. That's the price range that's probably that those rugs are in. And then
Mhm.
your wool rugs are typically 15 to 25, $3,000 for a wool rug. And people want to change, throw away and change, throw away and change, throw away and change.
Let me ask
And
you,
with
like, as
active,
far as time frame, like, will that wool rug last significantly longer than the man-made
it
material?
will,
Hmm.
but they'll ugly it out before they wear it out. And
Right.
so people want to change. So that's a good decision. So you're going to ugly it out before you wear it out. And
Okay.
so that, so I don't, people just change too much.
Mm.
That you're painting all the time. All these, you know, with AI and with Facebook and everything else and Pinterest, everybody's, well, I really like that. I really want to change and change and change. So
Um,
people are doing that. And they don't want to spend a lot of money on,
something they're going to change out.
yeah, periodically. Yeah. So
So
hopefully that
I'm
answers the question
I think it
and
does. If you have another one, Susan, just post it down there. Honestly, I'm gonna be honest with you. I was like, I don't know how I'm gonna talk to him for an hour about rugs, but we're almost up. I'm
oh
really
really?
shocked. So did you want to show us like your store a little bit, what somebody might expect when they come in? And because I know Meredith mentioned that you might want to like show us around a little bit. You're welcome to in the last 10 minutes if you want to.
Yes, I definitely do, and I didn't realize that we had spent so much time. So
I know
yeah, we're
that
gonna
was
look at some stuff because we've been talking about surging and different rugs, and I
Mhm.
think if the viewers can just see what we have here and why we compare, and I'll actually show you the some surging that we're actually I've left some surging off, and we'll
Okay.
show you the machine and everything. So
Yeah, that'd
I'm
be
gonna
awesome.
pick this up, and I guess we'll go on out here.
Let's do it. Show us around a little bit because I think it'll be good
All
to
right,
let people see like what they can expect. Because I think that's a little scary to come in and be like, I got to go pick out what does that look like?
right.
What do I do?
So I got to get Meredith to try to figure out how to switch this around.
You can do it.
Hey, Meredith. Yeah,
Hey,
switch this
Meredith.
around for me. There's Meredith.
Hey, girl.
Hello.
Hi.
Yeah, so this is
I don't
the upgraded pad.
You can do it. I don't know actually on
I don't
this.
know, Frank.
I don't think I can do it.
Nope.
We're just gonna look at Mira's pretty face. That'll be
Mm.
fine. Oh, she hung up. They're gonna come back. I promise. I give them a minute. Well, if you guys have any questions about the area rugs or anything that they do over there, they're really fantastic. They're located on Highway 70 across from Dank Burrito. If you guys like in that same little area, in Moorhead. And it really is a great spot. We have gone multiple times looking at flooring, and it is fabulous. Hopefully, she can get a call back. Oh, that's cracked me up. I love it. How are y'all today? Y'all talk to me a little bit. Send me a message. I know you're on here. I've got Dad talking to me, Susan talking to me. There they are. You guys crack me up.
Oh, we got it. Did we get it?
You did. Welcome back.
Hey, welcome back. So right here, these are all indoor outdoor area rugs,
Okay.
and these are some sisal rugs that we have. And that's real
Does
pretty
your
rugs.
sisal smell weird? That's a weird question, I know, but I've
No,
had
they
some.
do.
You
They
know,
do.
they do smell weird.
Yeah.
Okay.
Dude, and I notice that all the time. I'm glad you asked that question because I think the same thing. So
Yeah.
these are some nice sisal rugs that we keep in stock. They're all 8x10s. They're actually on sale right now too, so that's good.
Okay.
So, but we do carry a lot of traditional type rugs. I think this rug's really, 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 really pretty,
It is.
and and this one just came in yesterday. That's a Karastan
Oh, that's pretty.
rug. It's real pretty.
Yeah.
So this you can see the navies, and then
It's a lot
so
of green.
here's so we do yeah. So this is
Mm.
now that's a Karastan rug
What
right
does
here.
that mean? What's
So
Kirsten?
so Karastan is known. They're the industry leader. Everybody who had rugs, these are nylons now. This is a nylon rug. They used
Okay.
to be wool. These are the rugs that people used to hand me down. This used to be a $3,000 or $4,000 rug that everybody would hand down. But now they're making them, they don't even make them in wool anymore. So Karastan now makes theirs in a nylon, and these are the same patterns that they've been around. This pattern has been here for over 100 years.
Wow.
So, but it's made out of a nylon, and it's like a $450 rug now.
Mhm.
So now we've got different types of rugs, um, and you can see how some sage greens are coming in now. That's a real
Mhm.
pretty rug.
Yeah. I love green so much. I'm so glad that is coming back.
Yeah, it is. And you can see, there's different. And then you have rugs that are with color. I mean, people don't
Mhm.
be as scared, of not of color.
Yeah. That's
Okay.
cute. I love that.
And then
I like
here's
pink.
here's kind of one of my favorite rugs too.
Oh,
Look at
yeah.
that one.
Wow. I actually love
Yeah.
that very much. That's super fun.
Yeah. So here's the showroom, and we do have some traditional rugs. These are some oversized rugs here that we do carry. And then our showroom, we have it all. And there's our hardwood section. And again, our hardwood section used to be 40% bigger. This
Mm,
is what everybody's. So we just narrowed it down, and it just people like it. They don't have to make a lot of decisions. So I'm going to show you one other thing, and this is our carpet
mm-hmm.
section. And again, this was cut down over 30% of our carpet,
It's
so we don't have
amazing
as
how
much.
much more carpet you have out there right now, more than hardwoods.
Right, because people don't want to make a lot of decisions
Yeah.
on hard surface.
Mm,
But reason we have a lot of carpet because we make a lot of rugs.
yeah.
And
So people
so
can just
now,
come in and pick out one of those rugs that are the carpets, even that they like, and then say, "Hey, make me a rug out of this."
absolutely. So this is a rug we're working on right now. This
Mm-hmm.
is an 8 by 10. Customer came in, and Jared, go ahead and start surging if you don't mind. She came, these are all remnants. So we're in
Okay.
the back of the warehouse. So everything here is what we keep in stock. But if you see, there's a blue rug.
Yeah.
Well, that's it right here.
Okay.
Okay. And JR, this is surging. Can you see that?
Yeah.
So this is a surging machine. So he's putting this edge on this rug. So when this rug is finished, this customer chose navy blue
Mm-hmm.
to go on this rug.
That's so cool.
Yeah. And so this right here today, this one right here, this is a stair runner we're putting on a lady's house.
Okay.
So he's going to be putting, so she's opted to put this blue on this rug that we're going to put on her stair runner. So this is a stair runner.
That's
And we're going
awesome.
to, my installer is in the process of cutting everything out. And then he's going to go this afternoon and go put this on her steps.
That's
So,
awesome.
so we've got a few more minutes, I guess.
Yeah.
But rugs, these are all remnants. And all what everybody's liking is a lot of these indoor outdoor. These are remnants that are very, very inexpensive, and you can make a big rug out of those. This one here, this rug right here,
Mm,
is going in a condo, but we've got to cut it down to fit. So this rug was ordered, and it's going in a condo, and we have to custom size it to length. So we're going to have to take it over there and custom size.
that's
So
awesome.
here's that finished rug. Now, JR just finished that.
Wow, that was fast.
Yeah. And so then he's got to finish the edges. He'll take this and he'll just tuck that under
Okay.
to make it. Okay.
That is so cool. Thank you for sharing that with us. I had no
So
idea
that's
what
what
that
we
even
did.
looked like.
Yeah. So these are all custom sized rugs that we did. And like I say, come in here and check out the remnants because you can find a great deal. I mean,
Yeah. So tell us where you guys are. We didn't
okay.
really get detail. We said Moorhead, but give us the information if somebody wants to come. Do they have to set up a meeting? Can they just show up? What do they need to do?
So just come on by.
Mhm.
We're located at 4044 Rendell Street, which I'll give you, it's right beside the fire department, the Moore City Fire Department, right beside it, right across the street from Taco Bell. We've been here since 1977. So we've got, like I say, a large facility. We do stock a lot of LVP
Mhm.
and hard surface. But we're here, we're here on Saturdays. A lot of flooring stores aren't open. So we're here on Saturdays from 9 to 3. As I tell everybody, 2:59.
Okay.
Got to leave at 3 o'clock. But
Yes, that's
anyway, we're
fair.
here on Saturdays from 9 to 3. And we're here from 9 to 5:30, Monday through Friday. So come see us. We can help you with your custom rugs. We can help you with all your rugs, actually. Like
You,
I'm saying, we're the only ones in Eastern North Carolina that has this machine
that's
and is able
amazing.
to surge for you. Uh, there again, he's changing that out right now
That's so
to,
cool.
so that was a big investment to make, to buy that machine,
I'm sure.
but it makes a rug look like a rug.
Yes, that is awesome. Awesome, awesome. Okay, well, if anybody has any more questions, please reach out to me. Go see them over in Moorhead. It's an amazing showroom. He's got an amazing staff. I love everybody over there so much. And they will be able to help you with any of your flooring needs. But this has been fascinating, actually, with the floor or with the rugs. Actually, like I told you, I didn't think we'd be able to talk an hour, but here we are. So, well, is there anything else you'd like to add, Frank, before we sign off?
No, thank you for having me. I really do appreciate it.
Yeah.
Um, and I really thank you for having me on today. I really think it's been a really good thing. And come see us at Eastman Carpets and Flooring. We do have lots of rugs. Believe me, I've got rugs and rugs and rugs and rugs.
I know. I'm gonna have to come shop pretty soon, I'm afraid.
Look at that sage green. I'm telling you,
Awesome.
that sage green
Awesome.
coming back in.
I love that so much. Awesome. Well, thank you so much. And again, if you guys have any questions, reach out to me. I'll get you connected with them. And Frank, I will talk to you soon.
All right. Thank you. Have a
All
great
right.
day.
Thank you. You too.
Bye.
All right, everybody. Again, if you have any questions or you're looking to buy, sell, or invest in real estate, you know how to get up with me. And I will see y'all next week.
Sunset falling on the news so slow. Where the train went home and the stories flow. From Tryon Palace to the streets we roam. Yeah, this place ain't just a town, it's home. Yeah. This is a golden hour where the light hits right, where New Bern shines in that coastal light. Every voice, every story, every dream out loud. Yeah, we're lifting up this city proud. This is the golden hour.